Gratitude.
Ownership.
Leadership.
Discipline.
All right, we're here. Just finished the season.
Yes.
All 10 games played, 9-1.
Wrapped up.
Great senior night.
Yeah.
It was. There's a little bit of drama second half,
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
and then you made sure that was the it.
Right.
The end of it. Two drives.
Right. We kind of talked about, Pocket City's a 3 seed for a reason. They're a really tough opponent. They beat Lawton earlier in the year. They played a lot of teams really, really tough, and they come into that game winning 5 in a row. So
Right.
they had been on, a streak, coming into that game, and obviously had our full attention. And very well coached, tough, disciplined team. A really, really mobile quarterback that can make some stuff happen, and a really stingy defense. And so, had our attention, and had a couple miscues obviously in the first half that kind of led to not as big of a lead at halftime that we would feel comfortable with. And then, as you mentioned, third quarter, came out and kind of got hit in the mouth a little bit and had to face some adversity. And I felt like, I was kind of glad we got that going into week 10. And I was really, really proud of how our kids responded and just kind of slammed the door really, really shut really fast.
It was a very, very enjoyable game where it was. We got to see a lot of things. So I'm just going to roll right into players of the game. Offense. Let's talk about
Players of
offense.
the game. Offensively, we had a offensive player of the game is kind of unsung heroes up front. Ready to run the ball for over 200 yards. Jace Robinson, our left guard, was one of the offensive players of the game and just plays tremendous energy, effort every snap. Very unselfish kid. Just really, really brings it his all. Gives his all every single game, and at practice, at games, in the weight room. And just really, really cool story about a kid that just doesn't give up and is really athletic and tries really hard every snap. And and really proud of kind of be a small part of his development and watching him. And then the second one on offense was Latrell Ray. And so we got, finally a healthy Latrell Ray was able to come in, rush for over 200 yards, 4 touchdowns, just made some guys miss in the open field on some stuff that, only Latrell can do. Another just phenomenal, kid and player as well. So our 2 offensive players of the game, Jace Robinson and Latrell Ray.
Okay, it'll be easy to highlight the line because they're in every play.
Right.
They're literally part of every play, and there's
Absolutely.
never a play that they're not
Right.
part of the. So we'll have that. But Latrell was the one that I had as a player of the game.
Yes.
And again, the ball control. When they let you have ball control, sometimes they don't let you have ball control. They have to tackle you so you
Right.
can have a ball control offense. So he had some pretty good runs where they should have probably tackled him for 5 yards, but he
Right.
ended up getting first down and then some and then some. But I like seeing that where it just second half after the 2 scores took it over and they just didn't have enough time on the clock.
Yep, absolutely.
So yeah, that was good. How about defensively? What do you think?
Yeah. Defensively, I thought defensively as a whole played extremely well. Our defensive player of the game was Will Smith.
Okay,
A couple of really big hits. He just continuously gets better and better each week. And obviously splits time between offense and defense, so that's difficult to do, especially in 6A. He's just so explosive on the outside on offense, and then you're starting to kind of see that on the defensive side as well. Had a forced fumble, a bunch of big plays. And just continuously showing up around the football over and over again. And then the second one that we had was kind of a newcomer was Braven McConnell.
Oh yeah.
And Braven had a bunch of big sacks and was harassing the quarterback all night. And we kind of challenged him that week and just really played lights out. Gave tremendous effort. And another kid that you've seen just continuously just get better throughout the season, get better and better and better and better and better. And when he's been given his opportunity, he's came through. And look for him to be just a star, over the next several years. He just continues to develop, and really, really, really good game. I was really happy for him.
That's my cop out is defensive line.
Yeah.
And especially on the last regular season, they've just caused so much frustration to quarterbacks and lines all season long, where it seems like it makes everybody else's job
100%.
easier.
Great coverage in secondary, good linebackers flowing, and the D-line not giving up any penetration. It makes life easy.
But yeah, all these great quarterbacks, and I thought that Ponca City quarterback
he's
was
good.
a great quarterback.
He's really good.
They just at the end of the game, they're like, I'm tired of this. You can see the frustration,
Right.
which is good to see on my end because that means we're causing frustration. And we're going to be facing, and we don't know exactly who we're facing,
No.
but the first game by Friday. This is nice. So the nice thing about this, no football, but a Monster Calls is playing tonight right here at the PAC.
Okay.
And on Saturday,
Check it out.
and they got second in the state of Oklahoma. Great,
awesome.
Great play. A little bit creepy. No spoilers, but there's some creepiness in it. There's a monster involved.
Okay.
So that's going on. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Free up some time, go check it out.
But of course, I'm going to be watching that, and I'm actually going to be filming that. But I'm also going to be watching scores because Sand Springs or Ponca City, I think, is who we're facing.
Putnam City.
Putnam City.
Yeah.
Putnam City. Sorry, a PC.
Yes.
Putnam City in 2 weeks.
Correct.
And you talked about earlier, Putnam City actually has a chance to get to the first round because they had some good things going.
Yeah.
Their defense was fierce. So you're preparing for 2 different teams this week.
Absolutely. And that's not a knock on either team, but I respect both teams. I think both teams have a chance. Sand Springs very well coached. We're somewhat familiar with them. Being in the 6A District East, the last couple of years, and Coach Klink and his staff did a fantastic job. And then PCO, obviously we just faced them, and I just rave about the job that Coach Whitson's doing over there with their defensive unit, just playing extremely, extremely strong. And kind of to me, the battle of that game will be can PC's defense stand up to Sand Springs offense, and then on the flip side, can PC, manage to score enough points versus, Sand Springs defense to, have a chance in that one. But I think it'll be a good game. And I think that, both teams are really loaded and really tough. So we'll have a tough opponent on November 18th back at home.
Okay.
Last regular season home game, obviously, because, round 3, fortunate to get there is at a neutral site. And so, look forward to that. And, so we'll be watching that on Friday night and be there and be watching it and see who can come out of that.
Okay. Bye week this week. Do you take it easy on them?
Yeah, no, we don't. We don't take it easy very often, So we're lifting really hard, cleaning up a lot of stuff. It's actually nice to not prepare necessarily for an opponent and be able to just prepare for us and clean up some stuff that we need to, be working on that we feel like, we need to be crisp on to have a chance to win a state title. And also take care of our bodies. I want our kids, mentally refreshed, physically refreshed, and emotionally refreshed going into this week. But a lot of by getting physically healthy is to work out really hard, and continue to grow our muscles and gain good weight and all those kind of things. Getting ready for, hopefully, continued run over the next 20 whatever days before the state championship game. And so, we need to get better. We know that, and, we're not satisfied. But with that said, we're not going out and just, doing Oklahoma drill every day and slamming into each other. But we are able to go out and, and try to get healthy, but also polish up.
Yeah. We don't do the Oklahoma drill. It was a lot of fun back in the day. But it turns out that it's probably better not doing that.
Yeah, no doubt.
But it had its time in history, so it's just good. We're going to have a show next week, and so we're going to kind of talk more about
playoff fever.
Well, playoff fever, we'll know our opponent.
Absolutely.
So we'll talk more about it. Really, the last thing I want to say today, because we can keep this a little short, next short, we'll have to figure out how we're going to do over the holidays, because all I know for sure is you can have 3 games, you can have 2 games, you can have 1 game. You can't have 4 games.
Right.
Because, that's it. Once you win the state championship, that's it. That's it. So we'll kind of talk about that. We'll see what we do over the holidays. We might have to do kind of an overall. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Have to have a spread.
We'll figure something out. But yeah, definitely. Really, we'll talk about that. But this is an exciting time for everybody. It's good to be back.
Yes.
Basically 3 years in a row where we're
didn't get talked about. District champs, baby.
Yes, we didn't talk about district champs.
District champs, first time since 1981.
Yes.
Right? And first time in 6A history with the school. Really, really cool. Proud to bring that back to the community of Choctaw. The community, by the way, has gone ballistic about it.
Yeah.
And my kids, I kind of commented with my players, is did you know how big of a deal the community would think that is? And they're all like, no, because they were excited to win it. But they really didn't know, what does that really mean? And just the amount of positive, feedback they get in the community, going from, the car wash to being a Walmart or whatever it may be.
Right.
And they had a bunch of stories about people, the community just really, raving on them, made them feel really, really good. And so I appreciate that with the city of Choctaw, and just what a cool deal that is.
Oh, so fixated on senior, right? Yeah, that's right. Of course, I thought we wrapped up district champs 3 weeks ago, but that is a huge big deal. And it's something you can hang your hat on.
Absolutely. It's a cool deal.
Kind of what I was going to wrap up with is when we talked about the history.
I unwrapped it.
when we talk about the history, all season long, we talk about this is the first time we've done this since 1981. This is the first time we've done this since. This is the first time we've ever beaten Westmore. This is the first time.
Right.
Next season, we're going to say this is the first time since 2022 that we did this. This is the first time since 2022. So we're basically, we are the history now. This is the year of history that we're living right now.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is going to be the year that we're going to talk about for years to come, because this group is not only special, and you've talked about that a lot, but they are continuing to be better and better and better, and I don't know where they're limited. 4 years from now, looking at this group, what they've accomplished in their personal lives, in their job lives, in their sports lives, those that choose to do that, I think there's going to be something. The story will continue.
Absolutely.
And that's
no question.
History's being made, and I guarantee you, at the end of this year, you talk about next year's, like, you're going to want to break all those records again.
Yes, they will, and I know that group will too.
9-1.
Yep.
I mean, 9-1 is. I don't remember the last time we went 9-1. I remember the last time we went 1-9. And so it feels
it's not fun
for us old Choctaw people. It feels really, really good to look on that and go, wait, it's 9-1.
Yeah.
9-1, and that won 2 points, right?
No, Mike, but yeah.
I think you're right, but who's counting? You are.
Who knows?
All right. Until next time, I guess.
Yes. Next week.
Stay classy.